he made some shots. Too comfortable. But I'm gonna shut that shit off next game, though. Guarantee that.
Good. How are you?
Did a little giveaway this morning. Generous fan donated 2 tickets to tonight's Spurs-Warriors game, 5, and put it up on the Patreon for our $8 to $10 subs.
So what are you doing, like a raffle?
No, it's just because it's so little time. We had to give them away, and so Justin Battles is going to go with Kyle Niezgodsky. They were the first.
Oh wow! So 2 fans are going. You didn't even get it to 1 fan so he could take his girl.
Nope.
You making them go as dates.
Yeah.
Wow.
For the people.
This is a
It's
a get to know you. It's a get to know you.
Oh, okay. You playing matchmaker now?
And I could at least. I don't know Justin, but he seems like a super cool dude. I know Kyle, and Kyle is
dope.
He's actually flying up from LA this afternoon.
That's fire.
Shout out to Jonathan Zub.
Yes, thank you for giving us those tickets.
He helped raise thousands of dollars for ALS with giving the tickets for the Warriors raffle earlier this season. So thank you. We got good people in the audience. Jade, Wos, we got good people out there.
Yeah, man. Count the dings. His family is crazy.
Zub, hey Rafe.
What's up, guys?
Long time no speak.
Yeah,
what up,
been a
Rafe?
while.
You've been traveling.
Yeah, I think, a little bit. Last time I think was before the switchover. That's a while.
Oh, this is your first time on the new show.
This is correct. I'm my first basketball buds appearance.
Oh, well, I'll expect the Rafe bump after this.
Oh, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So how was your trip? Tell us about it.
It was good. Got to go back to the Philippines for a few weeks. Talk to people about maybe doing another TV show out there. Got to see Ronaldo Balkman play live in the flesh in the ABL semifinal. Actually, it was semifinals. He's doing his thing out there. So it was cool.
Nice. Zach, you there?
I'm here. I'm in the airport.
Oh, Zach.
Oh man.
How much sleep did you get last night?
Ooh, not a lot. Maybe 2.5 hours. Not a lot.
Yeah, nice nap there.
Wow,
nap.
You was going hard in Salt Lake City, boy.
No, I also forgot to eat yesterday. So it's been a real mess of a body the last 24 hours. Yeah, I ate a bagel in the morning, and then I had a bunch of coffee, and then I had a small bag of chips, and that's it. So not the healthiest I've ever been.
What is your connection there? Is it like
what is my connection where?
Is it 4G or something?
No, I'm LTE. Is it bad?
It's just tinny for some reason.
I can try to get to a different part of the airport.
Sounds like he's doing a music intro.
I'm on a boat, man.
It's like
He does sound like a country rapper.
I can take it off the headset and see if that works. Okay, what about this?
Yep, there you go.
That's good? Okay, it's just the headphones then.
All right.
Nope.
Zach, how's it going, buddy?
Man, I am top of the world.
Are you literally? I mean, Salt Lake has a pretty high elevation.
It is. It's very high. It's like 4,000 feet or something like that. Maybe 4,500.
All right. Well, I think we're all here.
Speaking of that elevation, I played basketball the other day. In this elevation. Played basketball in this elevation. Woo, boy, I'm out of shape. It did not go well.
I'm sure you feel better than me running 4 miles last night.
Yeah, I saw the Instagram story, and I was wondering who was chasing you.
Everybody thought I was being chased, man. I was part of a run club, bro. That's my new transition, man, out of basketball. I'm washed. So, The run family has been pretty nice to me, man. Shouts to them.
So let's get the show started. We got a nice group here. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of the Basketball Buds Back-to-Back podcast. I'm Tom Haberstroh. We have a special guest here today, Rafe Bartholomew. Welcome back to Count the Dings.
Thank you, sir. What's going on?
Not much. We got from Salt Lake City, Mr. Zach Harper, running on about 2 hours of sleep after that crazy game last night. How you doing, Zach?
You know what? I'm very energized. I may fall asleep in 10 minutes, but I'm very energized.
We got Trey. We got Wos. We got Jade. Zach, take us through that game last night. What was that like being in person for the scuffle, the lockdown that never happened, Donovan Mitchell going off for 33? How was that?
Well,
Mitt Romney, I can't bury the lead here.
Sorry,
Mitt Romney taunting Russ.
Yeah, that I didn't even know was happening. I didn't know that was happening until I saw videos on Twitter. So that was a shock to me. I thought it was like canned footage or something. I didn't know what was going on. But here's what I know. In the first couple of possessions, Russell Westbrook clapped. And boy, did he clap loudly. I mean, he was slapping the floor. It was like watching Greg Paulus out there. Duke legend Greg Paulus. He was slapping the floor. He was clapping. He was hounding Rubio. And then he picked up a foul. And then he picked up a second foul. And then he picked up a very bad third foul, which was a terrible call because Abrinas actually fouled Rubio on that. And then he picked up a fourth foul in the second quarter. And at that point, the defense started to falter. The offense for the Jazz started to hit a little bit. Joe Ingles went off. Joe Ingles talked so much trash. I mean, watching him talk trash throughout this entire game was brilliant. And all of a sudden, the Thunder flat out quit. And the only fight they put up in the second half was when they did these fake little fights with the Jazz.
Yeah, how did Jake Crowder get
real.
Thrown out when it was Russ who wrapped him up?
Yeah, that was the frustrating part of that is they don't tell you, like they don't give you the replay when that stuff happens, right? They never give you a replay in the arena, so I'm having to wait. But Crowder was hot. I mean, he was legitimately yelling. I don't know if like Russ and Steven Adams are subject to suspension because I think technically they left the bench, but if they were also going to check into the game, I don't know what the rule is on that. That's like one of the few rules I don't know, but so that maybe that has implications for Game 5. But it just looked like the Thunder quit. They never played as a team. It was all individual stuff. At one point, Paul George was just getting his numbers, which fair enough. Like they're getting waxed, might as well get your numbers. and the Jazz are just a better team. Like it's not even close. They're such a better team.
I'm tired of this act, man.
That building, oh my God, that's one of the loudest buildings. Last two games, that's one of the loudest buildings I've ever been in. Like it's crazy how loud that place is.
Yeah, their crowd was out for blood from pretty much the opening tip. I was like, woo, child.
Woo, child is funny.
They were just killing people. They were ready for every single Westbrook stupid clap, mishap. Rubio fouled, but why was Russ trying to? He flopped, but why was Russ trying to guard him 94 feet? It was. It's all so weird and dumb. The Westbrook and Rubio thing. It's just weird that Westbrook would. I'm gonna take it personal. I'm gonna make sure that Ricky Rubio doesn't score 30 this time. It's like that's not what Rubio does. I don't think you have to like go out of your way to stop Ricky Rubio from scoring 30. It's kind of not what his game is about. And I thought what was dope at halftime on Inside the NBA, Kenny was like, Russ was so in his head about the stupid Rubio stuff that he wouldn't leave Rubio in the corner to play help defense. Like he was like as if Ricky Rubio should have any type of gravity. It's, it was just so bizarre watching Russ play that way. And if people think that doesn't affect the rest of his team and trickle down to everybody else, they're crazy, in my opinion.
You're not crazy.
Yeah. Just like the idea that the best, like put in Ricky Rubio on lockdown. I mean, you don't. It's the opposite of what he would want to do if he was playing good defense against Ricky Rubio. It's nuts. I don't know, man.
I'm tired of this Russell Westbrook act. Like after the game at the press conference, he goes, "Oh well, it's not about me or him. Let's get past that. We're done with that." The whole Ricky Rubio thing. As soon as he says, "I'm going to shut that shit down. I'm going to guarantee it," he gets blown out in the next game. Like, Russell Westbrook has the single worst plus minus of any player this postseason, minus 45. He has the most field goal attempts of any player on that roster and the lowest field goal percentage. The offense is a disaster. For 4 straight seasons, guys, the Thunder have averaged the fewest passes of any team. And in 2014, that bottom ranking was with Scotty Brooks as the coach. And then they fired him. And then they bring in a new coach, and they're still right there at the bottom. Their offense is so easy to scheme against because it's Russell Westbrook or nothing. And here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Leaving Russell Westbrook has been the best thing for just about everyone's career. Has anyone noticed this?
Well, Tom.
Hey. Before you go, Trey.
Jeff Green?
Trey. Kevin Durant left and immediately won a title and Finals MVP. James Harden got traded, and since then, nobody has scored more points in the NBA than Harden. Seriously, it's 1,000 more points than the next guy. He just won 65 games.
That sounds like a lot.
He won 65 games this season. He will win an MVP in a year that Russ averaged a triple-double. Victor Oladipo, he left, got traded, and had a career year, averaged 23 points per game, and is about to win Most Improved Player running away. And right now, he has 2 wins against LeBron in his first year as the guy. Ricky Rubio still hasn't been shut down, by the way. Guarantee that. Reggie Jackson, he left, and voila, career year, averaged 19 points per game and earned an $80 million contract after that career year. Dion Waiters, he left, and boom, career year, got a $52 million payday from Pat Riley as soon as he left OKC. Serge Ibaka got traded, earned a $64 million contract the same day that Waiters got 52.
Serge Ibaka's legitimately worse, though, Tom.
The more you draw this out, the worse it's getting, man.
Wait for it. Enes Kanter left and magically averaged almost twice as many rebounds per game while notching career highs in assist rate and true shooting percentage. He led the NBA in offensive rebound rate this season. And where did all these rebounds come from? Where were they last year?
Yeah, but Tom Kanter sucks, so that's a bad example.
Domantas Sabonis saw his PER jump by over 10 points while doubling just about every category on the stat sheet, except for minutes. He only averaged 3 more minutes than last year in OKC. Another career year.
Guys, do you know what the big number is this week? The big number this week is 2 because that's the number of middle fingers that Tom is pointing.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
I'm not. I'm dying on the Russell Westbrook train, man.
My problem with
it is what it is, bro. That's how he played.
Yeah. Trey, my problem. Here's my problem.
You either gonna love him, you gonna love him when he doing what he doing, or you gonna hate him when he hate him. You gotta take either or. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna put all those random contracts and events on him. You know what I mean? Most of those dudes, you know what I mean? Like, they play with Kevin too. I mean, like, yeah, they got a better opportunity. That's for anybody. That's like Wos going to play for the Blazers, and it didn't work out in Oklahoma. And he fits better with that culture and that style of play. Like, I mean, shit.
I think what Tom's trying to say is everybody fits better with a style of play that isn't around Russ Westbrook.
Yes.
And that's fine. But like, I'm not about to just target Russ for, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's sometimes selfish and he takes things out of, takes away from the game, obviously, you know. But at the end of the day, it still trickles down to, you know, Carmelo stinking that shit up and go down the line. So, I mean, it does. Carmelo bamboozled us.
Listen, Carmelo Anthony is at best the 4th best player on the team, fam. At best.
But he doesn't think that.
So you can't say, oh, OKC's losing because their 4th best player isn't playing his best. That doesn't make any sense. It's not even that. It's like the one series I feel like Russell Westbrook played his best was against Golden State when they went up 3-1. And for those first 4 games, he was pushing the pace. They were playing fast as fuck. They didn't play strictly in the half court. They beat them up on the offensive boards. That's how they were able to score. What half court offense has never been Russ's strength. It just hasn't. And if he's not giving you an advantage in the transition, I mean, what is he gonna do? Like, that's never been what he does. If he's not pressing the issue in transition, he's not giving you, the full Russell Westbrook experience, meaning you're not getting all the advantages of having him on the floor. And Utah Jazz, they're getting back. They're playing.
This is a tough matchup for Russ.
And what's
the Jazz defense?
Because it's a basketball team that knows how to play together. That's a tough matchup.
Here's
my problem with Russ, though, was
I think it's more disappointing that they're playing terrible defense against the Jazz.
Here's my problem with it. Is where's the leadership? You don't get to say, I'm going to shut that shit off, and then you get waxed the next game, and you're like, we're not making this about the two of us. It's more, we're done with that. Like, you don't get to hide from that. You go put the comments out there. You go get destroyed on the court. You're a minus 18 in the second half in game 3. You're a minus 12 in the second half in game 4. Like, you don't get to hunt for triple doubles in a playoff game. You're getting destroyed. You don't get to, talk all that shit and then get into foul trouble and lose badly because you couldn't figure it out and then say, no, we're not talking about that. Like, where's the leadership in that? That's my problem. I don't have a problem with Westbrook, the player. I'm entertained by Westbrook, the player. You're the leader. You're the reason, like, why this franchise is where it is. You don't get to just hide from that.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it's I don't know, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of, like, the Russell Westbrook worship when he got blitzed last year in the playoffs, and then Victor Oladipo does what he does this year, and we're seeing we're seeing people blame Carmelo Anthony. I know Victor Oladipo took it upon himself. He legitimately got
better. He legitimately, like, he wasn't this good last. He wasn't close to this good last year. Like, we have to give.
He makes jump shots now, Tom. At the same time, like, I know maybe he wasn't empowered to take them, and a lot of people underestimate confidence and a quote unquote green light when people are shooting. I think that affects people's ability to shoot when it's like they don't feel the need to nail every single little opportunity that they get, and the freedom of doing whatever he likes probably affected his shooting, and maybe he would never have that freedom in OKC, but I can't give his uptick in production just all the credit solely to not playing with Westbrook anymore, man.
Look, all I'm saying is this is all cool in the regular season. When he gets a triple double, that's impressive. But at some point, people are going to care about you winning in the playoffs and whether this can work in postseason play when you can scheme against it and it's not so transition oriented like it is in the regular season. And I just think, man, one guy, two guys have career years after they leave OKC, and then it starts becoming a pattern where everybody, it seems, is not just like, when was the last guy that, like, left OKC and just never got anywhere near that point? Like, Russell Westbrook and that system improved.
Eric Maynard. Well, I'll still if Trey's riding with Westbrook, I'm still riding with Eric Maynard. I believe him.
Yeah, I'm good on. I mean, it's tough.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Westbrook.
It's tough.
Regardless, I've been like this all year though. When we attacked how bad he shoots, I mean, it's percentages. So,
here's the crazy thing.
For the good and the bad, Russ my guy.
If I told you when he accepts the MVP award last year, if I told you a year from now, Russ is going to make it a point to let you know that he is going to shut down Ricky Rubio in a playoff series, like, how crazy would that have sounded?
I wouldn't have cared. That's Russ.
I mean, my problem with Russ, though, the Russ attitude, Trey, is why wouldn't he take that challenge to stop Donovan Mitchell?
Yep.
Like, that's the problem with the Rubio statement.
I mean, because at the end of the day,
obviously have a better
because he hates Rubio. He respects Mitchell. That's what it is. He's hated Rubio since Rubio was a rookie.
That's his guy.
Who, Rubio?
Mitchell.
Right. No, I'm saying, though, but he has a vendetta against Rubio since Rubio's rookie year.
I don't know about no vendetta.
I do know about that. I was there for it.
I wouldn't take it that serious, but I guess, like
that's
I said,
he literally said, "I'm going to shut that shit down. I guarantee it, Trey."
Yeah, well,
I get it.
Vendetta,
but, like, I mean, I won't make it like this is his lifetime thing. Like, I mean, yeah, cool.
Yeah, whatever it is, whether he's reacting to one game or whether he's had it out for Ricky Rubio since forever, he went about it in like the worst possible way for the team. I mean, that's really the problem in this game four. I mean, like if you're like, he should have said, you know what, he got off. I'm still not gonna guard him because he still can't shoot. We'd rather have Ricky Rubio beat us 10 times, you know, like that in this series than everybody else. 100%. Like you know, if he really wants to say something mean about Ricky Rubio, there you go. Rather than like go crazy trying to guard a guy who just shouldn't be guarded, playing the numbers. I mean, he, you know, playing right into his hands, giving him, you know, pressure that he can pass out of and do what he does well.
What's up with Billy Donovan, man? What like his pick and roll coverages are weird to me. The way they're playing Ricky Rubio,
I just don't think he's like
Damian Lillard.
Coach.
Yeah, they too aggressive.
Well, hold on. He's got Russ, who doesn't really play defense other than when he's clapping at Rubio, he's got Carmelo.
This is the hour.
No.
Russ doesn't play defense. Trey, come on, son. He plays D.
He played defense since UCLA.
He doesn't play D, and you can say it's justified because he has a huge offensive burden, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even kill him. I don't expect him to be Roberson every single day, or Robertson, however you say that cat's name, but he's pretty bad at defense. Like,
but between him and Melo, like, you know, Melo's not guarding anyone. Melo's out of position all the time. So I don't know what Donovan's supposed to do other than not play Melo, which that would be some coaching decision. I would do that, but other than not playing Melo, like, what do you do there if you have those two guys on the floor?
Melo's been legitimately bad. He's terrible at offense, and obviously, like, you know, if you're not going to do anything productive on offense and you're going to be the worst defender on the team, it's hard to justify minutes for that cat. And you know, Steven Adams is a great defender. He's one of the best defensive centers in the league. And he can't just make up for every single mistake, man. Utah just
this is why they miss. It's why they miss Robertson so much, right? Like, Robertson, arguably the best wing defender in the league. You put him and Paul George and Steven Adams out there, you can make up for a lot. I mean, there was a game earlier this year where Donovan gave Robertson 30, but that's probably more fluky than what to expect, right? Like, you need him in that lineup. When they don't have him in, Corey Brewer's not making up for that.
And the thing about the transition offense, like, you can't get in transition if you're always getting scored on. Like, that's what compounds the defensive mistakes. Like, it doesn't allow them to get into literally their best offense. It's tough. It's tough. OKC is chopped. They're done.
What do we want to say about Donovan Mitchell, a rookie who's just I never thought we'd see this out of Utah, because we saw, like, it's such an egalitarian offense where everybody passes the rock. They usually average the most passes and open shots every year, and then you have this dude who's getting more field goal attempts per game as a rookie in the playoffs than just about anybody in the last 30 years, since like Wilt and Pete Maravich. It's crazy.
I said it already, and I'm going to say it again. Donovan Mitchell's ability to finish over people at the basket is crazy for a rookie. Like, obviously, he's not yet LeBron or Tony Parker in his prime level, but, like, as a rookie, to figure out how to score over NBA defenders, literally in the most prime real estate on the court, is just, I don't know, as it get to the Baja, you know, commissioner all-star, Donovan Mitchell's got, he's shooting to the top of the list, man. Jeff T just lost his spot. It's crazy.
What? I mean, they empowered Donovan to do his thing, right? Like, he does it within the flow of the offense, but when the offense breaks down and it's like, oh, we got 6 seconds to create a shot, go get a shot, he attacks the basket almost every time. You can't stop him from getting to the basket.
Whoa. We just got a phone call.
Yes, we did, Tom. Well, those are people outside my office. Hold on a second. Here we go.
What's up, Jade? And the back-to-back crew. It's AC. I had a quick question. I was interested, where does the Thunder go from here? Because they're going to lose this series. Because if Zach Harper said they're going to lose this series, they're definitely going to lose this series. Where do the Thunder go from here? I'll hang up and listen.
All right. Well, Paul George leaves this summer.
That's a done deal.
Carmelo Anthony opts in for $28 million.
That's a done deal.
And Sam Presti tries to make some moves, tries to make some trades. Like, you know, they don't have cap space to go get someone. They can use their mid-level exception on somebody, but this is Russ's show. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the coach is at this point, right? Like, Russ is going to do what he does, and it is successful up until a point. And as long as the Thunder are happy with that success and happy with that empowerment of Russ, and that's good enough for them, they can make a lot of money as a small market team because they're still selling jerseys, they're still getting ratings, all that stuff. But in terms of like creating a contender, like, no, there's no chance.
I just saw the OKC Thunder Instagram page. There were people waiting for them at the airport with signs of how much they love the team, and people were still waiting for them at the airport. So
yeah,
I think they'll be fine.
That fan base still loves them. That arena's still piping in noise to make it sound louder than it is. Like, you know, they've got their atmosphere.
And shouts to my homegirl Lindsay Mills on Twitter, as she so affectionately calls Russ the king of the prairie. So he can continue to be the king of the prairie. Like, he's good.
I would watch that Hulu show, King of the Prairie.
It's fine. Like, look, man, what it is what it is. Not everybody gets to contend for championships year after year after year. What they did when they had KD, Russ, Harden, and Ibaka, like, that's an anomaly. That's not how things generally go for NBA franchises. So they'll go through a lull. They'll be in, a run-of-the-mill NBA team for a time, and I'm sure at some point in the future they'll be back to title contention at some point.
Sam Presti he'll make moves like we didn't think he had these moves in him last summer, right? Like, I don't know, he's going to still go get another Paul George, but he'll make moves. Like, he's a smart GM. He knows what he's doing. Like, he, with whatever the circumstances are, they'll be fine. Like, they kept Russ, and that was the goal, right? Is keep Russ and keep Russ happy, because you have to have that superstar in the small market, and that's what they've done. And they'll be, maybe a second round teaming out for the next couple of years, unless they get that big player to come play with them.
Yeah, I'm not so sure who that player is, because they had a really big opportunity here with Paul George to impress him and to keep him in house. I mean, look, maybe Paul George stays, but I can't really see that scenario unless OKC.
Like a Celtic Pride scenario where they kidnap him. That moving truck's already at his place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I guess it becomes the Russ and Steven Adams show. I think that's best case scenario. Steven Adams blossoms into an all-star center, and they're a fun team to watch in the regular season, and maybe they get to the second round. Like, I don't know where they go from here.
I don't know. I mean, it's totally impossible, but it would be certainly like the wildest cold-blooded act ever for a GM, maybe for if Presti were to pull the Blake Griffin trade on Russ over the summer.
Oh, that's not.
I love you said that with such a deviant smile on your face. I'm not even able to see you, and I knew that was happening. That was great.
You can't trade Russ.
Yeah.
Within a year, the blow it up people will be all over this, right? I mean, less than a year, right? What's in months? What's the over under on the blow it up people? They're coming out in 3 months, 4 months?
I don't know that it'll be within a year, because the OKC fans, and I say this all the time, they've lived a very charmed existence as a fan base. Like, they don't actually know pain and suffering. They don't know what it's like to be a fan base that year after year, you just have no fucking chance of doing anything, of seeing anything positive happen for your team. So I think they'll be fine with a playoff team around, the cult of personality of Russell Westbrook. I don't think anybody's gonna be look at what it took for Sixers fans to embrace tanking for 10 seasons in a row, no matter what it takes, just in case you get the next LeBron or KD. I don't think they'll be at that point. The Sixers had to just watch, teams where Iggy and Drew Holiday were the best players, and they could only top out as a 6th seed, or straight up just not make the playoffs with guys like Kenny Thomas and an injured C. Webb. Like, they had to go through some really, really horrific down years, just bludgeoning to finally accept, like, all right, a rebuild is in order. Let's blow it up. Let's do whatever it takes to get the next LeBron or KD. I don't think OKC's fan base will be at that point for a while, man.
Let's transition over to the Timberwolves-Rockets game from last night. But before we do that, Jade.
Tom, I am looking at tickets for tonight's game, the Cavaliers game.
Are you going to take the fam to Cleveland?
I think I might hop a plane. I can get a ticket for $38, section 219, row 16, graded at an 8.3 on SeatGeek. That's not bad, actually.
$30 to sit in the 200s?
That's pretty good.
Wos, we should go.
That's good.
Honestly, it makes me wish I had a team near me. Or I can just do what Kyle is doing tonight, just hop a plane and get to the arena. But anyway, that's using SeatGeek on my phone. The easiest way I've found to shop for tickets. I could be anywhere with just a few taps, can instantly find seats. SeatGeek saves you time and money by searching multiple ticket sites, compare prices, and find amazing deals. It gets you the most bang for your buck and grades every ticket based on value. Hey, listen, if you're not happy with that 38, put in your email and wait till it goes down to 30. It'll ping you, Every purchase fully guaranteed. You can shop for tickets on SeatGeek with confidence. Our code is B2B. That's the number 2 between 2 B's to get $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. Again, that is B2B. Tom?
Speaking of seats, Timberwolves took a seat last night.
Well, Tom, if you throw out that little 50 to 23rd quarter, the Wolves
get them out of here.
Pretty good.
Oh man,
Cancun on 3. This shit's over.
Pretty.
They got their. This was their successful series, though, right? They got their one win, and now they get waxed the rest of the way. That's what it is.
Man, that 50-point quarter. It was. I think there was 6 minutes left, and I was like, or no, there's 2 minutes left, and they're at like 40 points, and I was like, are they really going to drop 50 here? Nah, they can't drop 50. They're not going to drop 50 on them. And then sure enough, the last second, Eric Gordon pulls up. Boom, splash, 50 points.
And in the moment, it didn't even feel like they were scoring that much. It just, because I was watching with the sound off for whatever reason. It just looked like the Rockets were playing rocket ball, which is like they were getting their shots. A lot of people in the first half were like, oh, look at Houston. This is getting weird, guys. It's like, dude, they shoot threes. This is high variance shit. Like, it's not always going to be raining from 3 every single quarter. But for 6 minutes, they could get your ass up out of here. And that's the beauty of the team. That's just what they're going to be. They're not going to be this methodical machine that just breaks you down. They're a high variance team. And that's what you
reminded me of. And it wasn't this extreme. Well, I guess it was this extreme last year. But there was a game last year, I think early in the season, where the Wolves played the Rockets. And the Wolves were up like 12 points with 2 minutes left in the game. And they lost that game because the Rockets just got hot.
Right.
And the Rockets weren't the monsters that they are now at this point.
My moral victory award, Zach, goes to Derrick Rose. He's not back, but it's happy to see him flourish in some situations. Felt he should have been out there a little bit more because he was attacking the Rockets defense the best as a guard out there. But then, of course, with offense comes that hole in defense. So
yeah,
and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
yeah. To be fair though, nobody was playing defense that third quarter, so I don't know that it would matter.
So it really didn't matter.
And if you're whatever team is playing, like if Derrick Rose is gonna nail 18-footers and corner threes, then there's nothing. You gotta just move on with your day at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Zach, do they have an Andrew Wiggins problem?
Did you miss the first 3 games of the series?
I mean,
he's been pretty good in the series until yesterday.
I look at Andrew Wiggins and I feel like he's not a looter and a riot, but I'm not on that train.
I mean, here's the problem. Like, not a lot of people watch him, right? Like, he's a good on-ball defender for the most part, unless he's facing James Harden. He's moved the ball a lot better this year. He's rebounded better as of late. He makes better decisions with the ball. His shooting has dropped, but he's taking better shots. My biggest problem with him is he no longer gets to the free throw line. That's the issue. And I get like he dropped in free throw percentage this year, but he used to be a guy you could guarantee 8 to 10 free throws a game. As the third option, he hasn't figured out that part of it. But man, like how many 23-year-olds are we like, oh yeah, that guy's done. That guy's never going to get better. Like Wiggins is one of the only guys where at 23 we're like,
man.
He's fine, right? Like he might benefit from a change of scenery.
Yeah,
because
he needs to get the fuck out of Minnesota for sure.
Yeah, that's possible. Like he's a good enough player. the idea that he can't play into his contract, like he's not worth his contract right now.
Sure.
But by the end of that contract, he can absolutely be worth that. That's not crazy.
I still can't believe like Glenn Taylor sat him down, was like, promise me you're going to give a little bit more effort on that defensive end.
Speaking of getting people out of there, Glenn Taylor's got to go, and you can't fire the owner. But my God, he's the reason. I mean, he starts the culture there. He's the reason this team's been a joke for 14 years.
Yeah, the Timberwolves have a math problem here. Is that like they shot the same percentage from 3 as the Rockets did? Think about that. Like
that means they were just as good from 3, right, Tom?
Yeah, just as good. Right. I mean, they focus all their energy on 2s, and they don't take 3s, and they don't get to the line nearly as much as they used to, and so the Rockets are just waxing them. So probably enough on that series.
Wait. I'm doing a draft, Tom. Starting it up right now. It's called Basket Buds. I needed my usual advice from Trey, though.
Yeah. Trey, you got any advice for him?
Trey.
Yeah, I got some advice for him.
Giannis tonight. Giannis, Simmons, Durant, Embiid. Yeah, those.
Is Giannis leading?
I have a 4-person draft. Giannis is at 52.6 on draft.com or at Play Draft.
He'll have stats versus Boston, but they won't win. So, I mean, he's going to get the points. I don't know about the rebounds and the other stuff that adds up. And who's the second player after him?
Ben Simmons.
And they're at home. Ben Simmons may give you a little bit more, but I'm going to say take your safe pick and go Giannis, because Giannis might, I don't know, the Bucks might steal one. Maybe. I don't know. Like, that's a toss-up between those two picks. Giannis will give you points still for sure. That's a guarantee.
All right. I have the second pick, so we'll see what happens there. Where are we heading now, Tom?
Oh, we're headed to your favorite. Kevin Durant, what are you doing with your phone, man?
Oh, goodness. Is he doing it?
So I want to ask you, Jade, what do you think? Put your Sherlock Holmes hat on.
No, I think that someone, he's got a social media manager, and, I can't see Kevin Durant doing that.
Why not?
Yeah.
I can.
Why not?
Definitely him.
Why can't you see him doing that, Jade? I'm confused.
Because he has, he makes it a point to go out of his way to say, the blogger boys and stuff like that. And why light the flame again?
Do you think that he's that thoughtful about? I think he just goes ahead and does what he's feeling like doing.
He just literally thought that post was fire and was like, double tap. Thank you. That's all that is.
Wait, finally somebody.
Wait, yeah. But do you think he did it knowing that he was under his account?
No, yes, of course. I just think he thought, oh shit, I can unlike it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Or he just wasn't wasn't processing how thirsty people are to catch celebrities in this type of shit. Like, at the end of the day, I could completely see KD seeing a Russ meme and being like, hell yeah, shit, haha, double tap, fuck out of here, Russ, trash. And then being like, oh shit, damn, that goddamn. And then, hitting us with he mistakenly double tap shit. Like, don't nobody mistakenly double tap.
Don't you have to do comments? Liking comments is hard on Instagram.
Yeah,
it wasn't the photo.
That's true. That's a goddamn.
You have to put in a lot of effort to do that.
That is.
You gotta tap on the comment to pull up the comment, and then tap again to like. Lord.
That is so true. Oh my goodness.
I know. I was going to say, what's the biggest feud in the game right now? Is it KD versus iPhone, John Wall versus Drake, Wade versus Kevin Hart, or Russ versus Mitt? What's your favorite one, guys?
Paul George versus Ingles.
Oh, man,
Pushoff P.
I think Paul is letting the push-off stuff get in his head. He needs to keep pushing off until just play how you play, man. Like, force the refs to actually feed into this crap and counter your coach to politic. But, you need to just be taking Joe Ingles to the rack, period.
He can't. I mean, he can't. It's not that Joe Ingles is a good defender.
I'm not saying he's a bad defender, but Paul George can get by him. No? We don't think so?
I don't think
Hell
his
yeah.
handle's that good. I don't think his handle's that good.
Nah, I think he can get by him.
Now we'll go Bear back there.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess that
that
changes
would
the
help,
equation.
obviously. But I'm just saying in general, like off a regular dribble with no help side, for sure.
Wos, as our resident Drake correspondent, explain this beef with John Wall that's going on.
Well, I don't even dig into this shit. I guess Drake, he said Drake tags him that they would sweep them, and John Wall is pretending that that's why the series is 2-2, I guess.
That's why they lost the first 2 games, is because he predicted that he was going to be a sweep.
Right, like it's just,
nah.
I mean,
nah. It's just for
a,
fun, man.
Yeah, it's
fun.
just like whatever. Who cares?
Also, it's a good chat, man. For both people. It's an Instagram post for both. It's good for their brand at this point. It has nothing to do with Aubrey talking to. He can talk to anybody. Shit, even Kelly Oubre even got a Drake line in saying, "Oh yeah, that's my guy. We hang out at this particular establishment." Like,
yeah, Kelly Oubre said me and him do A-list things.
He's A-lister.
Oubre gotta relax.
I don't think Oubre is an A-lister, but shout out to him getting that off on the platform. But yeah, no, John's just kind of stepping it up, and like people love to shit on John. I mean, like I said, he's a certain NBA writer who I know, who's called Russ the most overrated player probably in the NBA, said that John Wall might be number 2. I'm not gonna say his name. And that's what I was saying. They're kind of like 1A, 1B, where people like, and then people like hate them. So like, you never know. Like, it was kind of similar, just how I don't know. It's just all trolling sometimes. At
John Wall, like I would his mid-range jumper that teams constantly give him isn't as wet as I would like it to be, but
it's getting better. It improved.
Right, and I think he's a plus player overall. You know what I'm saying? Which is like damning with faint praise, I guess. But John, nothing wrong with John Wall.
I feel like this is the year of the heel turn, though. I mean, it's either jokes and facts. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, obviously, sometimes the facts outweigh the jokes because the percentages show. But realistically, when they're on. Like, they can catch fire, and that's why they're getting paid the big bucks. So just the same thing as the first half of Harden. People were like over-shitting on him. And then all of a sudden, the third quarter starts, and then it was crickets, dog. So, you kind of just have to wait things through, especially that's why it's called a series. It's not like things are just going to boom, boom, bam, like how like right now, how the Dame treatment's going. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to be like built up and then broke down.
And Twitter's doing this thing where anytime somebody loses, well, Black Twitter is anyway. Anytime a guy loses a game, they're like, "Oh, Karl Anthony Towns is nothing but a Dominican Sean Rooks," right? Like they're just.
Well, I've been calling him in the Cantor all year.
People are going a little crazy with this stuff, but. I got no problem with John Wall. I actually happen to like John Wall. I'm like with John Wall the way Trey is with Westbrook. Like, I understand his flaws, but I really, really love John Wall.
But that's the thing. I don't really, really love Westbrook. Like, how you feel about John Wall is how I feel about Rondo, personally.
Oh no, Rondo is
no. Nah, see, but I'm like a.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
I'm like, Rondo is like always been Rondo for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I would be for Rondo. But I'm saying for Westbrook, it's just kind of like, what you're getting when you look at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's gonna like be a ticking time bomb, moving fast, out of control. Like, I can break his game apart and talk about the bad things, but I know what I'm getting with it. Like, I know it's like a tampered, fragile box, like that's already been dropped a couple of times. Like, I know that. But I'm like, I love the way that he approaches it. It's just LA to me. It's my city. Like, I know what type of player he is. So, like, that's why I'm just riding with him, regardless. You know what I mean? Like, like he's going, Russ, they're either going to love him for his dunks or they're going to love him and bash him for his low IQ. You know what I mean? Like, I don't expect him to be Chris Paul. Whoa.
Hello?
Is that Westbrook?
It's just tearing stuff up.
Oh, I thought he was taking out the garbage.
That was Russ moving some moving boxes for Paul George, who's helping him out on this move.
Hey, so are we still doing this Rookie of the Year thing? What's up?
Wait,
I feel like it's a seesaw.
you think it's Jason Tatum's year?
Nah, I like Tatum, man. Shouts to Tatum, man. I just think
it's fun. Who you
I chose
going
Ben,
for now?
man. I chose Ben, but like I can't. Like I want to be stern with my picks. I mean, obviously, it's not a postseason award, and obviously, Donovan is contributing a little bit more for his team. So like I can't take away from what Ben's doing, and I really don't want to call him a redshirt rookie. But to cure both fan bases, I think a co would be best.
I can't remember who tweeted it, but someone tweeted last night, Donovan Mitchell is the Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons can try again next year, which I thought was just a great way of putting it.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, give it to either one. Like, if you pick Ben, that's fine. If you pick Donovan, that's fine. Like, both are deserving. Both fan bases will move on if their guy doesn't get it. Like, they're fun.
I don't think so.
They're so fun.
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think the Philly fans will not get over it.
Yeah.
They got Michael Carter Williams, so
they need every piece of hardware for that processed trophy case, man. They're not letting one single bit go.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. The fan base that put Hinky's jersey in the rafters at a sports bar, I'm starting to wish some humility on them, man. I just want to, man. Philly fans.
How far do you think they're really gonna go?
I don't care. I want them to lose ASAP.
That's crazy. That's crazy hate, man. That's crazy hate. I forgot how much a hater you are sometimes, man.
Yo, Trey. I was talking to somebody on Saturday, and I had an epiphany, and I was talking about like just growing up in New York, and I was like, yo, real talk, man. Like the culture in New York is a lot of hate. Like you kind of just raised to hate on shit.
That's so crazy.
Haters.
Hey, and that's the funny thing about it.
It's just like, yo, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
You've been agreeing so much as of late that like I forgot that you were a hater, dog. Like that's just crazy. Like you had such a good 2 weeks. Like I was like, damn, Wos is actually agreeing with me. He hasn't said anything like outlandish.
He's like a week and a half.
I'm like, this is the West Coast shit right here, man. This is West Coast Wos. This is what he does.
Trey's talking about Wos like he's falling off the wagon. He's like, I'm so proud of you for those 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
but nah,
well,
he just wished that they lose, man. Like this franchise has been suffering for so long. You hate arrogant fans. So how do you feel about Golden State?
ASAP.
Golden State, I don't know.
Their fan base is arrogant as hell.
But Golden State got humbled in 2016, though. They did. They got humbled.
No, they didn't. They didn't even care. They didn't care. They picked up. They drove by, picked up hitchhiking Katie, and kept that shit moving.
I think Andy Liu and Sam Espendi are at least self-aware of how homer they are. Like I think they're self-aware.
Especially Andy.
Like they know that they're crazy about the Warriors, and they're at least self-aware about it.
I didn't know basketball Twitter was made up of 75% Warrior fans. This shit was crazy to me.
And they won.
That's all I see. I get it, but damn, nobody loyal.
Honestly, though, Trey, look, I think at the same time too,
my team ain't won since I was 11 years old.
I think it's more fun to be a partisan when your team is killing people. You know what I'm saying? Like they're out and they're proud because their team is killing people. I don't think,
I feel like the Thunder was the Seahawks of the NBA.
Pelicans fans aren't that vocal. Like, you're not seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if they sustained, if they won 73 games, you see a lot of people coming out like, oh, my team is finally doing something. You know.
Jay, did you catch Reggie Miller and Kevin Harlan's thing last night?
I did not.
Okay, I hate both of them for having Reggie Rose trending on Twitter.
Yeah, so this was actually kind of funny. I want to hear your guys' take. So last night in the broadcast, Reggie Miller's doing the game. It was Houston versus Minnesota. And in the middle of the game, he goes, Jeff T got into it with Marco Rubio during the season. Did I say Marco Rubio? So I did hear the senator or the governor. I'm all over the place. After that, Kevin Harlan was just trolling him the rest of the game by calling everybody Reggie with their first name. Just like Reggie Rose, Reggie Paul, Reggie Harden, Reggie Gordon. Like, he was trolling Reggie by making fun of him. They didn't know Ricky's actual first name. So every time that someone hit a three, he misspoke and called him Reggie instead of their actual first name. The rest of the game.
That's cute.
That's crazy.
And I couldn't tell if he was actually. Did he actually?
Is Reggie Rose D Rose's brother?
Reggie Miller.
Is he the agent? Who's Reggie Rose?
That's Derrick Rose's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but realistically, they were just saying Reggie Rose like on an accident, and then people were like, "Why does he keep saying Reggie Rose?" And then it picked up and it started trending. So to hear Marco Rubio is crazy, though.
I know, Jade. Conspiracy wise, between Marco Rubio and Romney showing up at the Jazz game, you think the Republicans are kind of doing a sponsored content deal with the NBA just on the low?
I was thinking to myself, it's funny to me that Wos is such a big Jazz fan. It's like, imagine, I could just picture in a
just that high five, that awkward high five between him and Romney in the finals.
Of what?
They had one good playlist during the game. All of a sudden, Jazz
I think Wos is just choosing the opposite of. It's not. It's just for the round. It's like, you know what? Anti-Westbrook. I'm going with this team.
Let me tell you what happened. The Jazz. What happened was the past before the Warriors got KD. As soon as Steve Kerr got there, essentially, and they started really, really rolling people, I started to just fall in love with anyone and anything who didn't get rolled by the Warriors, right? So Miles Turner, for example, he had like a bunch of dope ass games against them his rookie year. And I was like convinced that Miles Turner was going to be the next great big man in the NBA because he always played well against the Warriors. Same goes for the Jazz. Like, they would even when they would lose, they would barely freaking lose to the Warriors. And it wasn't like one of those Warriors games where they sleepwalking through. Like, they legitimately matched up super well against the Warriors. So I fell in love with their style of play and the different cast of characters that they added. And of course, I'm one of the only people on basketball Twitter who actually likes Joe Johnson.
That's not true.
It's me, Wos, and Trey. That's it.
That's not true.
It's just the old people who remember Joe that well, don't tweet quite as often.
Right. And so I just loved their team last year. I loved George Hill at the point, Gordy. I had a Rodney Hood hard on for.
Don't say Gordy.
That's the new Frisco.
That's his name. You know what I'm saying? I just really like that team that they had with the Gordon Hayward nucleus, man. Not so much, the Delta Center or whatever like that. I can't say I'm a huge fan of that.
They played Crank That in Game 3 during a timeout.
Yeah, it was a Soulja Boy appearance in this. I was like, Zach, did you sneak your iPod up in there?
Oh yeah, that was all me.
Congrats to Alvin Gentry for getting his option picked up, or his extension for next season. I'm surprised it took this long. That was very interesting to me.
Yeah.
All right, Zach is taking off.
All right,
safe travels,
Zach,
buddy.
Safe travels. Is that it, Tom? Because I got a couple questions here in the Discord.
Let's do the Discord.
If you are not familiar with this, Patreon members can participate in our Discord chat. I saw Wos there last night. He was upgraded to the High Council. But it's a chat network on steroids. So go to discord.com and then link it up on the Patreon site. Anyway, Ronald Ulysses Swanson, out of all the 3-1 series, which team do you think can actually come back and win it?
OKC.
Probably the Thunder.
That's what I was saying. I said that to Wos last night. It's not over.
I mean, probably. I mean, it's not over, but I went on that rant because I was tired of the whole, like, I'm going to lock up Rubio, and then, we're not going to talk about that anymore. I thought that was weak. But, OKC probably has the highest ceiling of all the teams down 3-1.
Also, just 2 games at home.
Yeah, it's certainly not the Miami Heat. That's for sure.
It's certainly not the San Antonio Spurs either.
Yeah.
Did you see Chris Haynes reported that he's never seen that locker room as somber as it was last night? It's like, man, we got to do another one of these games. Like, we couldn't just get this over with. Sweet. Yeah, so it's either the Spurs, the Heat, the Thunder, right?
Yeah.
Definitely the Thunder. Next question.
Before we do that, just wanted to shout out Jonathan Zoobs. Again, Jonathan Zoob for giving us the tickets and also sponsoring Wos Eats today. What do you got there, Wos, today?
Pad Thai from last night. I only ate half, so I could eat the other half.
You a serial killer.
The
fact that you eating Pad Thai at 9 a.m. is crazy.
I do the same thing. Let's see here. Rico Albracin. Where does Donovan Mitchell's rookie playoffs run rank among other rookie runs? I figure Magic Johnson must be number 1.
D-Wade.
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah, it's hard to be a rookie.
Charlotte, all of that.
It's hard to be a rookie in the postseason, right? Like it's kind of an anomaly to be good enough to get in the postseason if you're a really good rookie. Guess Carmelo did it. Carmelo with Denver.
Right, because usually when you're really good, that means you got drafted by a piss poor team.
Yeah.
And rookies tend to not drag their team to the playoffs.
Well, I feel like he slipped under a lot of people's radar too, though.
Mitchell?
Well, I mean, he wasn't drafted onto a real bad team because he was late lottery. I mean, that also, that helps.
That helps a lot.
About Ben Simmons.
Boom. Oh, okay. What about Ben Simmons, man?
He's incredible.
I'm looking at some numbers here. The number 1 guy this is an inexact science, but the number 1 guy, active player in their rookie year, a guy in 2003 by the name of Manu Ginobili, but he was 25 his rookie year, so I don't know if he counts. Number 1 in
about Ben Simmons that's crazy is just watching him. Like, a lot of times he just does shit that just throws you off guard. Like, he is posting up D-Wade, and he is just bullying this guy. Like, you just don't see D-Wade, like, guards just bully ball D-Wade down on the block, and he's just like, give me this fucking ball. I'm going to put this dude under the rim real quick. Like, that shit is just wild to watch for a cat that young, and not even that he's physically able to, that he has the sort of will to, that he's like, no.
Yeah,
this
Chris
is how
Brickley has credit,
score.
man.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's crazy.
Who is it, Trey?
Trey, that's your cue to say.
That's Mitchell's trainer. And but I'm saying he's a New York cat. He trains all those guys, like Westbrook and all of them. That's how Westbrook met Mitchell and took him under his wing this summer. And he's worked out Embiid and all those other guys. So solid.
So, quick story related to Donovan Mitchell. I got a buddy who works at Citi Field, and he was like, "Yo, Donovan Mitchell's dad works here."
Wos, can you just finish that bite?
Yeah, his pops is a executive with the Mets.
Hold on. Rafe, why don't you tell this story since you don't?
I don't know exactly where it's going, but I mean,
what I'm saying, okay, so my buddy was like, "Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's dad works here." I was like, "Oh, that's fire. He works with the Mets. That's dope." He was like, not really. He's kind of is a deadbeat and never fucked with the kid growing up. I was like, oh, damn. That's the story.
By the way, Dwayne Wade averaged 18 in the playoffs and got to the semifinals with the Heat in his rookie season. So for sure, I think he's the most recent comp for Donovan Mitchell.
Also, and the way he really carried the Heat in that series, you remember? I mean, they were up against Baron Davis and Charlotte, and that was that fun team Miami had with Lamar Odom and Caron Butler before the trade. Yeah, that was memorable.
Yeah, shout out to 2003.
DJ Murray, pardon the delay, Jade, but how much do we love playoff Lance? Also, quote,
the best
playoff version of themselves is quite the best, i.e. Rondo.
I get more excited
Shouts
to
to
watch
the regular season. I want next year. I want regular season blank. You know,
I love watching.
Well, snarky people on Twitter already do that with James Harden.
Oh, okay. Westbrook too, right? But anyway, no. I go back and forth on Lance, dude. Sometimes he annoys. He annoys me.
Point, you got to embrace it.
I know. It's one of those things, when you're in a mood, you decide to go one way, and if you're hot.
Also, Lance will do stuff that is like just a little bit beyond the pale. Like when like it starts amping up, and then he starts feeling himself, and then he'll do one like that. I mean, this was way back with Miami, but like that the chin tap to LeBron. Like once you start touching guys like that, it's to another. It's like what are you really doing out here, man?
He's a great deal.
Rafe, every time I watch Lance do something outlandish, I just hear Funk Master Flex in my ear going, New York!
They have quite a reel now. Like the two of them, they are developing a reel. Anyway,
I'm waiting for Seth Rosenthal with his beef series to do that one.
Shin J. Irod, 4 playoff games in a weeknight, yay or nay? There's 4 tonight?
I thought there was 3.
Yeah.
4 tomorrow, I think.
Oh, is it 4 tomorrow?
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many. 3's too many.
Too many games.
3's too many
games.
Honestly. 2 is perfect, but man, those 10:30 games, they're a struggle for me now.
Jade, are we doing a big number for Thursday?
God damn. East Coast suffering.
Yeah, we could, Tom. We should probably do the Westbrook,
I mean, it's tough.
I'm gonna spam that shit. No, I'm just playing. I'll retweet, man. Shout out to my guys. Oh man.
Anyway, thanks.
I can't wait for the next game.
Thanks to all the people that submitted questions on the Discord. You can go hang out there with Mark Melabanana, the Discord czar.
Yeah, you got to go on Discord because the one day I started a sick-ass chat on there, and it was a pretty free-flowing discussion. I asked the group if they were thumbs up or thumbs down on consuming the porn of a dead porn person.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man, that's a whole nother.
I swear to God, that's what we were talking about on there.
That's awesome.
And most people were with me. You can't do that. Can't do it.
Really?
Yeah, but you imagine a lot of people are doing it and just not knowing, right? I mean, they don't like.
Yeah,
you can't
but
track half these
after
people
you
down.
know, after you know, you can't do it.
Try not to get too attached to your favorite porn stars, I guess.
I guess. I guess.
That's funny.
What else you got, Tom?
No, we're gonna end on that.
Yeah, I think that'll do.
We're gonna end on that. Yeah.
Go check out the if you are a Patreon subscriber, go check out the Westworld recap that Tom Mays and my brother did last night. That was outstanding, dude.
Yeah. Wos, are you gonna get back in on this season? Because I hear Trey's on board.
The thing about Westworld, sorry, I'm in between bites again. His last season was so twisted and convoluted. Yeah, I pretty much forgot everything that happened, but it's like the robots or slaves became sentient and they revolted. So I guess that's basically the premise of this season, right or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get back into it. I'm not in a rush. Like there's certain shows I'm watching Billions, but I've let 3 episodes pile up.
People going nuts over Billions.
Billions is overrated. It's overrated. It's overrated.
I've never watched it.
It's overrated. It's a good show. Don't get it twisted. Like it's a quality show. Like the people.
No, I'm not saying like I dismissed it like that. I'm just saying I've never really been.
Oh yeah, trust me. It's nothing earth shattering. Believe me.
Trey, you're in though, right? On Westbrook?
Yeah, man.
Yep. Trey, I saw you, Trey. You never get invited, he says last night. I saw that.
I didn't even know y'all were doing a pod, to be honest.
There you go.
Spreading
out
the group. That's what it is. You want to get some people on this. You want to get some people on that. Yeah. That's all.
Okay.
And plus, one of the things I want to do with this Westworld is kind of have an evolving kind of cast as we go throughout. I think that
Jade just benched me. That's what Jade just did.
So pretty much I'm Maeve. You added some stuff and added me, and now I got more advanced settings and control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
you're getting Bernard, man.
No, I left off halfway through season 1, and listening to the pod, I'm like, I really want to catch up now. So that's my goal.
Yeah, you're not going to get that done.
Probably not.
Listen, man. I would say pay attention to Bernard's beard. Depend how it's cut, and you can tell what type of the setting of time it is.
Yeah, it's like me right before a big number, and I have to shave my head and my beard, trim my beard a little bit, versus like the 2 days before the big number video. Actually, I haven't done a big number video in like months. What am I talking about? Yeah, Jay, we'll talk about Thursday big number. I'm going to be out of town on Thursday, but I'll be on the pod.
Okay, where are you going to be?
I'm going to see my mom.
Oh, okay. You're going to be up here?
Nope, she's in North Carolina. So I'm going to drive over to her, see her.
Nice.
Tom, your mix of old money, Connecticut, North Carolina, and Kentucky. is just such an intriguing mix to me.
Yeah.
It's just like, this guy got it all covered.
Yep.
Only thing you missing is Compton.
That's it. I mean, that's what I've been saying ever since I was a kid. All I'm missing is Compton. That's basically it.
One last note, Trey.
What's up?
I ended up with Simmons, J.J. Redick, Al Horford, Draymond Green, and Kelly Olynyk. Dude, I like Kelly. Why do people hate this guy? I love him.
I don't like him. He played dirty.
Because he's dirty.
Fuck him. I'm just playing. Not fuck him.
How's that team?
He just played dirty.
How's that? I like this team tonight.
I like your chances, but then if somebody else got some ringers, man, good luck. Who's the next? Who's the next person that look at the next person driving? I'll tell you if you got a chance. What's the next 5?
Their whole team?
Like, click their name, yeah. The next person.
Rozier, Thompson, Giannis, Morris, and Baines. Not sure which Morris. Marcus.
You might have a chance.
And
you might have a chance.
Dragic, Wade, Aldridge, Johnson, and Embiid. I don't like that squad.
That team might beat y'all.
Nah.
That team might beat
y'all. And then Brown, Bledsoe, Durant, Middleton, and Maker. I like my chances on play draft where you could play us, Ramus Manners, or what's yours, Trey?
Black Trey.
Cool. I think that does it. Oh, thanks to our guy Jonathan Zub again for giving away the tickets. Justin Battles and Kyle Niedzgodsky are going to be hanging out together. They've never met. And so I told them to tweet me some pictures from their seats tonight, and I hope they enjoy the game.
Sweet. All right. Thank you, Trey.
Thanks.
Thank you, Wos. And never, ever do that pad thai again on the show. Jay, don't laugh. You do this all the time, too.
Bucks and 6.
Bucks and 6. Love it. By the way, later. Brandon Jennings, another name who had a good rookie season in the playoffs, right? Brandon Jennings?
Yeah. He, I think he averaged like a little bit over 20 against Atlanta. I don't know why he kept seeing Atlanta every year. And couldn't get past Joe Johnson.
So, Zach, safe travels. Rafe, thank you for coming on today. And thanks for the questions. Check out the Discord. Check out the Patreon. See you tomorrow.